Hey, what is going on, guys? TalkNorwichCity here, back for another video. I hope you guys are doing fantastically well. Today I'm back for my match preview video ahead of this weekend's game against Nottingham Forest. All of the match preview content here on TalkNorwichCity is sponsored by Fritzbit. So big thank you to them for helping out the channel big time and sponsoring the preview series. So you guys like the more concise, clear style I've done the preview video in last time. So I'm going to do that again. I'm going to break it up into sections of everything you need to know. So let's get straight into it. So let's take a look at the form guide then going into this game. Nottingham Forest and Norwich both have very similar form guides going into the past 5 games I've taken into consideration here. Nottingham Forest have won 2, drawn 2 and lost 1 of their last 5 games. We've won 3, drawn 1 and lost 1. Of course, that loss coming against Birmingham. Nottingham Forest score a lot of goals, but also concede a lot of goals. They've scored 15 this season. That's 4 more than us. We're on 11, but they've also conceded 15 goals. They've got a very weak defence, much like we saw with Wigan. You know, Wigan score goals, but they also concede goals. So there's certainly a chance there for us to really expose their defence. And I know the game against Wigan was scrappy and we just about pulled through, but we killed the game off pretty early on. We got them 2 goals in the first 15 minutes, and that really did help us. If we can do that against Nottingham Forest, that'll be fantastic. In terms of us, we've conceded 8 goals. Nearly half of them came in 1 game. So our defence has been pretty solid this season. I think we've already got 3 clean sheets, so we're doing well there. Let's take a look at the injury news now. So Nottingham Forest are certainly worse off than us in terms of injury news. They've got Damien Perquis out, Britt Assombalonga's the big name who's out injured, Thomas Lamb, David Vaughan, Matty Cash and Matty Fryer are all out injured. In terms of our injuries, most are the same. Matty Jarvis is still obviously out injured, but that's a long-term one that we all knew about. Ivo Pinto and Alex Tete are going to be having late checks after they went off against Wigan. I wasn't actually at the game, as you all know, so I didn't see them, so I don't know how serious the injuries were, but it looks like they may be in contention. In terms of players who could be involved, Nelson Oliveira might be up to match fitness, and Robbie Brady might be back from that strain he picked up against Cardiff a few weeks ago. So it's good to see players finally coming back in to full fitness. Let's take a look at the key players for both teams then. Nottingham Forest, we all know about Britt Assombalonga, but thankfully he's injured. It would have been typical Norwich City fashion for Britt Assombalonga to start for Nottingham Forest and win them the game. I can remember the last time we travelled up to Forest, we were winning until like the 85th minute or something, and I think Assombalonga scored the winner that day. Don't quote me on that one. But for me, I think the key man for them is going to be Henry Lansbury. We know what Lansbury's all about. He's had a really good grounding in the Championship with lots of different, well, with Norwich and Nottingham Forest anyway. And he's a classy player. He scores goals. He's all over the place. And I think this is the last year of his contract, so he's going to want to be impressing teams if he wants that Premier League move, which he probably does, because he hasn't really ever settled into the Premier League. I know he was at Arsenal, but he never really got any game time there. In terms of key men for us, we know that Nottingham Forest can attack with real prominence. So for me, I'm picking a defender as a key player. I think Tim Close really does need to be up to his game. We all know what a fantastic defender Tim Close is, but at times this season he's been turned. Daryl Murphy got the better of him, and so did Clayton Donaldson. If Nottingham Forest do the same with him, then they could score some goals, and that's when we're in real danger, because we seem to struggle to get back into games when we go behind. So Tim Close, for me, needs to be on his game, and yeah, they're the 2 key players, Henry Lansbury and Tim Close. The last time we played Nottingham Forest was, of course, the last time we were in the Championship. Nottingham Forest haven't moved up or down leagues for a long while, much like Ipswich Town in that respect. But I couldn't actually remember the last time we'd played Forest at home. I could remember the away game. It was so vivid because they scored so late on. But I think you can probably all remember the Forest game when I remind you of that Cameron Jerome goal. What a goal that was. Probably goal of the season. The one where he just spun and flicked it in with the back of his heel. I'll probably put a vine up or a picture or something. It was a stunning goal. We went on that day to win 3-1. We'd gone 3-1 up and 3-0 up, and Ruddy made a bit of a howler for them to get back into the game. But we won that game 3-1, and the away tie the last time we played them, we lost 2-1 in that game after going 1-0 up until about the 85th minute. Finally then, my score prediction. This is always gets the most amount of comments, you guys leaving your score predictions down below. Please do feel free to leave your score predictions down below, and also any facts you might have on Nottingham Forest versus Norwich, anything that you think we need to know. But I'm going to go with a 2-1 Norwich. I think Nottingham Forest will score. I think they're very good going forwards. They've shown that with the 15 goals they've scored this season, one of the top scoring teams in this division. I think we'll just have a bit too much quality for them. They've lost Burke, they've got Asombalonga out injured, and I think they might struggle in terms of quality man for man. But we've all seen Norwich capitulate at times this season, so I'm hoping a rejuvenated team turns up to Nottingham Forest and we can really do them over. That is the key. A lot of fans saying, yeah, we've won games this season, but we haven't really been tested. I'd say this game is certainly going to be the biggest test of the season. Anyway, that is my preview for Nottingham Forest. Please do feel free and go and check out my predicted 11 video. A big thank you to Fritz Bits for sponsoring the series. You can check out what they do by clicking the link down in the description. And I will see you at Nottingham Forest on Saturday. Thanks for watching, and peace out. Hey, what is going on, guys? TalkNorwichCity here, back for another preview video. I hope you guys are doing very well. Today I'm back with my predicted 11 ahead of this weekend's game against Nottingham Forest.